Hi there everyone. In this video I'm going to be teaching you some of the basic principles of block building. Now to be able to follow this video, it will help if you know F2L or have some kind of an understanding how the cube moves beyond what is offered in the beginner's method, because if you just know how to follow algorithms then you might not understand some of the content that I'm saying. But I have got an F2L video that you can watch, which will be somewhere on the screen. So first off, what is a block? A block is just, here is an example, it's just simply putting pieces next to other pieces that they belong next to. So this white-blue edge piece belongs next to this white-blue red corner in this orientation so that the colours match up. So it's just pairing up and then building on that pair, placing it in the right place until you get blocks that look like this. It's useful for CFOP solvers because it will enable you to plan out X crosses, and X cross being where you've got the cross and one F2L pair. Essentially this block here on the front is the same as this, so it's directly transferable. It's also useful if you're a Roux solver, because obviously the first block, this is a 1x2x3 block on the left, and then you do a 1x2x3 block on the right. So it's useful to be able to solve it. It's useful in terms of your planning out and execution. So it's also good for CFOP. CFOP is the method which is solved pretty much like CFOP, except you don't do the cross first. You can do F2L first and then put the cross in, or a mixture of the two. You just do whatever's best in that situation. And it's good for Petrus, where you start by making a 2x2 block and then you make it a 2x3 block. So that is a very block building method as well. If you are a Friedrich CFOP method solver, then the use of M slices to make pairs will be fairly new to you, as will wide turns, because you're used to doing RL and holding the cube in a fixed orientation with your cross colour on the bottom and the opposite colour on top, obviously. So because you're holding the cube this way, you wouldn't ever cube rotate so it's like this or like this in Friedrich method, but that is quite limiting. So be aware that you may need to hold the cube in different orientations, and also be aware of different move types, so wide moves and M moves. So for example, let's do this. So we all know that we can pair this up with an R, but we can also pair it up with an M. We can also pair it up with a wide L. So there is more than one way, because they're all effectively doing the same thing. They're moving one next to the other. So just be aware that you can use different moves and may need to hold the cube in different orientations. So let's start with step one. How do you make a pair? Step one is making a pair. So let's scramble up the cube like this. Now it's very rare on a Rubik's cube that you're more than one move away from making a pair somewhere on the cube, and it's always fairly straightforward. It doesn't have to be an F2L pair, it could be a pair that would normally go on the bottom, so it could be the cross piece with the corner piece that goes next to it, it doesn't matter. So here is a scramble. Let's start by looking to see how easy it is to make a pair. So this one is 1, 2, 3 moves, 1, 2, 3. So that's possible. This one, this pair is 4 moves. And then this pair is 3 moves as well. So yeah, 3 moves. Now the beauty of this is that you've got completely free reign. You've not built anything, so you can't disturb anything yet. So normally you choose whatever is the easiest pair that you could make. Very often you will already have one. Obviously the chances of me getting it are less because I've got only 4 pieces on this cube. but on a regular cube, odds are that you're going to have one. Now, how do you make pairs? If you know F to L, you'll know 3 basic cases. But the thing is, those 3 basic cases are all in fact the same case. So I'll show you on this one. Let me Okay, so first case you have is like this, where you've got the same colour on top. The second case is where you have different colours on top. And the third case is where you have the cross colour on top. But the thing is, these are all absolutely identical. They're in fact the same case. So let's show you what I mean. So how would you solve this case? Well, you'd hide the edge and then you'd bring the corner on top. But okay, so we'll hide the edge, but if we hold the cube this way up, you'll notice it's just an opposite colours case. Okay, so it's exactly the same. It's all identical. So let's try a different case. So let's try this case. Well, how do you solve this case? You would hide the corner, move the edge round and bring it back up. But before you do the last move, look, hang on a second, we've got an opposite case. So in fact, every case is the same. You can apply basic F to L techniques to block building and building a pair, because essentially they are the same case. They are all the same case. So with that in mind, let's get on to step 1, which is making a pair. So in this case, I would probably do 1, 2, 3 to make a pair. Step 2, once you've made a pair, is to find one of these edges that we can easily pair it up with. Now, we either need that edge to be lined up with one of its correct colours. So in this case, you notice the white red is lined up with one of its correct colours, or you need the pair to be lined up with one of its correct colours, which currently it isn't. Red's not lined up. It's quite easy to line it up, for example, but we would need to line it up. So I, in this case, would probably do this white-red, line it up, because we need to build this here. So the F12 pair will go here, this piece needs to go here. So what I would do is this, bring this round, and then if you sort of treat these two like a pair, so here we've got an opposite colours case, and you've paired it up so you've built a square. And then step 3 is finally to insert the final edge piece. Now there's kind of 2 ways usually you can do this. So if it lines up like this, it's just L prime U2 and then wide L, and that'll do it. Now if it doesn't line up, then it's just an L prime, move it off the middle layer, so it's over on the side of the square. Bring the L prime wide up, line it up, bring it down. So in essence, all you're doing is you're moving this right hand layer out of the way. So you'll notice if I do it from this angle, this is exactly the same moves. I'm moving the block out of the way so that I can put this in, then I'm moving it back. This is exactly the same principle of F2L. So for example, here we don't want to mess up the cross that we've done, but we bring the edge up and then bring it back down. So all we're doing is that we're not messing up anything, moving it out of the way, lining up, bringing down. And it's the same principle. You may need to move something out of the way just to put something else in the correct place, and then you can bring it back. So always be aware of what else is moving. You don't want to do moves that will affect more pieces on the cube that you've already solved. So let's do another example. Now I'm just talking in general terms really. So if it's hard to follow, then please understand that there's no set way of doing it because there is so much freedom in the cube. There's no correct way to line up. You're just trying to be efficient as best you can. So here I've got a 3-move pair. I have also got, I wanted to pair these ones up, that's 3 moves. 1, 2, 3, so 4 moves. And then I've got 3 moves with these two, so it's 1, 2, 3. So yeah, 3 moves. I probably do these 3 moves because, oh, that's wrong, so these 3 moves. Because it gives it me in the correct position. So you notice the blue is lined up with blue. I've lined up my cross piece, my corner piece. Now I've got, I'd probably do this to make a square. That's the next step. Step 1, make a pair. Step 2, make a square. So how do I make a pair? Well, I'd line this up with its centre. I know that this needs to go there, but obviously if I moved it down initially, I'd move out my pair that I've already done. So I would hide the pair or move it out of the way, bring it round, and then I've made the square. So now you'll see that we've got this piece and it's just flipped, so that's quite easy to do. And then just matching up to build the block. Okay, so let's take a look. Now we know that we are making a 2 by 2 by 2 block, which means we are dealing with 3 edges and only 1 corner. So let's start with the corner, and what we want to do is pair up in such a way with any of the 3 corners, doesn't matter which. The beauty of this is you're not being picky. So that, let's see, with this edge, well, it looks like a bottom colour on top case like this. So you could do it like that. Likewise, you could do it like that. So there are multiple ways that you could do it. Just depends which one you think is best. And then with this edge, you can see it is a simple bottom colour up case for F2L, if you were to do it like an F2L pair, which is again fairly simple. You notice that we're only really 2 moves away at any one point from making a pair with these pieces, because there's just so many options. Because I'm pairing this corner up with any one of 3, I'm never more than 2 moves, and usually it's only 1, but in this case it is 2. So I can pair this one up like 1, 2, 3. So that was the hardest one to make, but again, not particularly difficult. So which one do we choose? Now this is the question, because what we want to do is look for one that is already lined up, an edge that is already lined up with one of its colours. So the red is not lined up with white, is not lined up with red, and the white is not lined up with the white because it's flipped. Now the blue is lined up, so that's a good choice, and the red is lined up, so that's a good choice. So which one should we choose? Well, in this instance I'm going to choose the red because it was quicker. It was only 2 moves versus 3 for the white blue piece, so I'll make the pair like that. Now I know that this pair belongs here. So what am I going to do? I know that move is just a F2 if I hold it in this orientation to pair up, to put it in place. But I need to put the white red piece in and the white blue piece in. So if I do the white red piece like that, the white blue piece goes there. I've put them in the correct respective positions. Bring it up and then insert like an F12 pair. That's one potential solution. So that was there like that. So we've got this case. This is how it was before. So that's one potential solution. Alternatively, you could put the pair in and then hide the pair. Put the blue in. Make the pair the set of 4 that way. Raise this up and bring it round. You notice all we're doing is, again, we're making those pairs, but we're limiting how we can do it. So let's say we've got this case. I can put this in this way, but I know that that will move the block out. But if I put it in this way by hiding the block, bring that in, then it will make the block of 4. Now this isn't really very easy to explain, but hopefully you're getting the gist by how I'm doing it. So let's do another case, and just stay with it and see if you can watch what's going on, because actually it's better if you learn yourself. So where's the corner? Here it is. With this pair, I can pair it up like 1, 2, 3. That's the easiest way to pair that one up. With this pair, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's possible. It's not ideal, but it's possible. Now with this corner, this one, the easiest way is 1, 2. So let's start with that. That's the easiest way to make a pair. So we'll start with that one. Now how can we pair this up with here? Now we know that this needs to be, if this is here and this is here, we've made a good start, because this edge is with its respective centre. So that's a good place to start. So and we're doing the white, red, blue, so this needs to go here and here, this needs to go here. So we could do 1, that's in the right place. Those are in the right place. And then we've got this case, which we can do like that. And you've made your block. Okay, what have we got? So this is a 3-move pair. 1, 2, 3, sorry, 4-move pair. And then that was those 2. This is a 3-move pair. 1, 2, 3. And this is a 1-move pair, so I would start with that. We've got a 1-move pair. We're also, you notice the pair is lined up with the correct centre, so that is good news. We are onto a winner here. Now, what do we need to do? This could go there, but flip that way around. It's doable. And this piece obviously needs to go there, which is slightly easier. So what I would do is, because this is already lined up with its correct centre, and I know that to get this pair to the right place is just a L2. To get this to the right place is this face twice. Now neither of those 2 moves interact with each other if you do it in the right order, so I can pair it up like that. So again, you've just got to be thinking and aware of how the move you're about to make is going to affect the other pieces you're looking for. So the final case is this one. So I would probably do it like, move this out the way, insert, and move this back. Okay, so all our pieces are on the top layer in this one. So how would you make this? What would you do? So this case is one like that. This case is obviously a one move. So that's a good bet. I'd probably start with that. Okay, so I've lined it up with its correct center. Line the blue up with its correct center. Line the blue and white up. Bring that down. I've most of the way made the block now. And then this piece needs to go in here. So I would do U2 to line it up with its correct center. Move this out of the way so I'm not going to mess it up. Bring it down and move it back round. So usually you can make a block of 4 in the correct place very easily. So now let's get on and we will do some Roux blocks, and you can follow along with how I do the Roux first blocks. Okay, so this is a Roux first block. You notice that in this we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces to worry about, 2 corners, 3 edges. So it's an extra piece. Let's start by scrambling it up. This is just a random hand scramble, so yeah, don't worry about following along. Okay, so this is a nice case. I know if I drop an edge into here, I'll have got 3 of the pieces. So I'm looking for the white red edge, which is here. And I can drop it in fairly simply, like this. Now I've also made this pair, but you notice I'm in the wrong place. So what I would do is I would bring this down so it can be lined up. Bring in the edge piece. That's nice that it's there. Now I can hide this like now you notice this piece needs to go here, and this is not the easiest case, so I'll do something like that. Again, I'm just moving this out of the way, this whole bottom chunk, whenever I need to, and that was probably about 8 moves, I don't know, 10, no more than 10. So let's have a look. Is there any easy pairs to make? So this pair is an opposites case that I can do like that. It's possible. It's lined up with its correct center, so that's always appealing. So let's use that as a starting point. Now let's make it into a 2x2 block. Let's find this red-green, which is here. So I would do that to put that in the right place. And then something like that to put them all in the right place. Now we've got this 2, which is a nice easy pair, and that's paired up. That was quite quick, so so it was something like this, wasn't it? So makes the pair. Now I could rotate and insert it like that. I could insert it. It doesn't really matter how you insert it. I inserted it like that. Yeah. So this is the case. I would probably just do something like that to insert. So I'm going to do one final Roux style of solve. Talk you through what I'm doing here. Hopefully it will make sense. And then I'm going to sum up. So let's see what we've got. Okay, so first thing I see is this pair, which is a normal F12 pair, which is why it probably stands out, which is 3 moves, which is okay. There's this pair, which is 3 moves as well. 3 moves. So they're doable. This pair is 2 moves, So it's 1, sorry, no it's not. More than, no, it's 2 moves, 1, 2. So I'll probably stick with that, 2 moves for that F12 pair. Now this is lined up with its correct center, so I would work on putting these, making the square with this pair and this piece. So how would you do that? Well, I'd move this off, move this down so it's in its right place, and then insert this like a normal F12 pair. That leaves me, with this case, a U2 lines them up, and then I can just bring them out, insert. So that is the final one. So hopefully that's been helpful. Basically what you want to do is you want to look for pairs, make them, and then see how you can extend it with a further edge in both Petrus, Roux, CFOP, Fewest Move. That's kind of the way you do it. So you build a pair and then you look to make a square by finding an adjacent edge and then building that square around the correct center, and then you either extend it out this way or you put in the edge piece here. So if you put the edge piece in here, you get the 2 by 2 by 2 block. If you put this pair in here, then obviously you get the 1 by 2 by 3 block. And then you just sort of keep going if you wanted to do it the whole sort of like Petrus block building. But you've just got to make sure that you're aware of what your moves are doing to the pieces you've already solved. So it's normal to sort of move squares around. If you have a square like this, it's fine to rotate this face. You can do whatever you like with this face. But if you need to do move a face that this square isn't on, like this face, then you can do this. You can just rotate the face that your square is on round as necessary, and then you're just moving it back when you're done. So that is my quick look at block building. If you found this helpful, hit the like and subscribe button, and if you've got any comments, feedback, any top tips that other people might be able to use, then please feel free to leave that down in the comments. So thanks for watching and have a good day.